sun's coming out, baby.
But I suspect other things are at play. I'm on the back ridge where all the wind's going still, but...
What?
And these stars act as huge flashlights for UV light. Good morning.
Yes, we did it.
This is what we drove 1,360 miles for. This little box.
What? Look at that view, man.
Oh, I gotta send the drone out there.
3, 2, 1.
My mission is simple. Climb a mountain, survive on the mountain with minimal resources, and check out Nebula with the Sea Star. But you can't complain about that sunset, man. No, you can't.
We did it, baby.
Now, normally my crazy self would pick that giant mountain out there, but I'm pretty sure that's over an entire mile away. And with 50 pounds of gear, that's not happening, man. It's kind of hard to see because it's late in the day, but we zoom in here. And I don't know why exactly they are different colors, but it is very pretty. And I have a permit to camp anywhere out there. First order of business is getting the drone up to scout how I'm gonna get down there because it's a steep drop off and I don't know where I'm camping. This is gonna get down to about freezing tonight. It's time for the main event. No, I didn't orientate this thing at all. This is out of the box fresh, y'all. Like this. Now, as far as I know, don't really need to level it because it's self-leveling, which is awesome. All right, let's boot it up. I think I hold the power. Let's go. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, baby. We got a telescope. We're gonna see nebula. We're gonna be seeing stars. We're gonna be seeing everything. Galaxies.
So we just had a break in the cloud cover above us, also known as the zenith. And right next to it is NGC 1499, which is the California Nebula. It's one of the ones I want to investigate. Let's do it. You can kind of see it just a little bit. Wow, this is so cool. Now, as it keeps going, it's going to keep stacking these images on top of each other, hopefully creating a really sharp, delicious image of the California Nebula. I'm hoping this telescope can answer some of the questions that I have about these nebula. One being that they're super flat and long. Normally, when you think of an object with a high mass and high gravity, it should pull together like a ball. So obviously, gravity is not the only player acting on these nebula. It's something completely different, and I don't know what it is. And what's most interesting about these nebulas is that there's many of them that look like this, but formed under completely different conditions. And I'm hoping this can just give me a little more insight on it. My suspicions for why they might behave this way could be due to radiative cooling, magnetic fields, and turbulence. But more on that later. Let's get camp set up. Clouds are not cooperating, baby. The clouds are not cooperating, baby.
Nebula in space are made up of these huge, big gas clouds, but how is it that we can look up in space and see these big, beautiful colors, but there's no electricity to turn them on? Well, it turns out that the stars within them provide the light that we need, and these stars act as huge flashlights for UV light that shines brightly into the nebula. And when it does so, they strike into the atoms, knocking electrons off of them. Well, electrons don't like being loose for too long, so what they do is when they become loose, they latch on to other atoms, and this emits light. This right here. Sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen.
Gosh darn it, my stove doesn't work again. Check that out. The unfortunate thing about it is that I have to eat this with cold water. Yummy. I have no choice. I haven't eaten in a long time. So this is granola mixed with blueberries. Shake it up. I could make a real fire, but I feel like that's just kind of disrespectful to the painted desert. Hey, that's not too bad. Wow, it's extremely good. Doesn't it look so good? Mr. Telescope's having a bad day. It's pretty cloudy right now. And it's not looking good in terms of clouds. It's looking not great. This was to be expected though. I'm sorry, Mr. Telescope. On the desert floor we sleep. Good morning, painted desert.
Check this out, I found something that's pretty freaky. You look right here, it's my footprints. Right? Look at that. What is that? It's like a, I mean they're round, so it's hoovy, right? So camp was just right there. Whatever this is. You know, it's pretty big, has some claws too. I was thinking bear? I was like, no way. No way it's a bear. This one clearly has... And then a dinosaur. What? Alright, Arizona was pretty fun. Deserts are awesome here. Portal 1 skies are brilliant. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys this, but for like most of the night after like midnight, we had some pretty clear skies. And I had the telescope going for several hours, and I took some stacked images of some galaxies. Woo! Check it out. It looks so good. One of the coolest things I've ever seen is these guys just down here. I don't know if you can see them. All got on a bunch of horses and went down the mountain over here. What? That's freaking sick.
Don't you love when you're just casually driving through New Mexico and you happen to come across one of the biggest telescopes in the entire world? This was not planned, by the way. If you look just down over there, there's a big area of these radio dishes that start from there, go all the way over there, and then back all the way over there. And it's known as the VLA, or the Very Large Array. And what it does is intercepts radio waves from the early universe, detecting black holes, star formations, early galaxies. And it's right there! Just look at these things, dude. They are much, much bigger than you think they are, too. Okay, so I had to look up a little bit about how the VLA works, and apparently it just eats up a bunch of radio waves from the cosmic deep, and then mathematically programs it into an image, and it maps out huge images of quasars, which are supermassive black holes that are shooting debris out into space. I don't know, it's just so cool.
How's this for a spot? I need to climb up this mountain quick before sunset.
There it is!
The sun's coming out, baby. Forgot there's less oxygen up here. I just did a sprint and it took all my energy. There it is, sun is just setting. How's that for a view? Oh, and it's gone. Just like that. That was quick. I mean, I climbed this whole thing in like under 2 minutes. Well, I still have a little more to go. Whee!
Now I gotta go all the way back down.
There's my car right there.
Now there might be a small chance of rain tonight, but it just so happens that my mattress last night was a rain cover.
All right, I know what you're thinking. That's just a large hill. Yeah, you climb it. You climb it, and you'll be saying it's a mountain too. As always, the stars are brilliant. Check out the moon.
Okay, so we're already off to a way better start than we were last night. The telescope is already set up, ready to go, and there's no clouds, baby. So these are the nebulas in question. They're these long, stringy-like filaments, and I want to understand why gravity isn't acting on them like it does the Earth. But I suspect other things are at play other than gravity. Like before I had suggested turbulence, radiative cooling, and magnetic fields. And that's what this telescope is going to help me find out. The other case is that there's just no gravitational connection because these things are so big. Or maybe it's just something we don't understand yet, like the Hubble constant, expanding in the universe, and dark energy, dark matter. That sort of route. But either way, I think I'm going to get a better idea using this. I really don't want to confuse you on what I'm talking about. So I think the best thing to do is turn on the telescope and start looking at these nebula to see what we can find. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn her to the West Vale Nebula.
Finding object.
Finding object. Okay, already within seconds, you can already see a pretty good outline of it, but I can tell you right now that this stack is going to take a few hours to get pretty good. Okay, so now let's talk about the 3 reasons why I think these filaments look the way they do. Imagine dropping ink into a glass of water and mixing it with a stick, and you see these jagged edges. That's kind of what we're looking for. In space, giant star explosions stir the gas. So that's evidence piece number 1. The second is radiative cooling. Imagine putting a hot, fluffy marshmallow into a fridge and it shrinks up real tight. Well, that's what happens to the gas. And when it cools, it lets off light, shrinking into tight, skinny ribbons. So that's evidence piece number 2. Third part to it is magnetic fields. Imagine long, skinny straws flowing throughout the universe. Well, ionized gas is hot and sticky and gets sucked up into these straws. So we're looking for long, skinny looking fingers, kind of like the pillars of creation. Wow, I can already start to see some of these fingers. It's doing exactly what I talked about with those long, skinny straws. After all, gas is sticky, so it's getting sucked up into them. All right, so I think we're gonna let that stack for a while. In the meantime, I wanna make some food because I am starving. All right, time for dinner. Let me show you everything you need to make a dehydrated and then rehydrated beef stroganoff on the side of a real mountain. Yowz, it's cold. Right, so here's the cooker tin. This is everything you need right here. Just screws on there like a la-da-dee-do. Here, we'll give it a little bit of gas. Oh, there it goes, boom. Woo! A little more gas. It's a little bit windy, okay. put some water in it. How much you say? You know, just about that much. I don't know. We got the tent set up, we got the stroganoff cooking, and we got the telescope looking. It don't get better, baby, than this. Pour it in there. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes, baby, yes!
So good. I want to personally thank the CEO of this food.
This might be the stupidest tent setup in the history of history. I mean, look at it. It's like a sail. I'm on the back ridge where all the wind's going still, but woo! I got them stakes in there tight. I'm hoping they hold me because I'm going flying off the mountain otherwise. Should they fail, I'm going off the side of this mountain. I'm genuinely concerned for my health and longevity in this thing, so I put some insurance factors in. These big boulders here. All right, so the nebula we were looking at did actually go below the horizon, which sucks. So we got to switch gears and point the telescope to the California nebula, which is straight above us. And I'm gonna have it track that one for a few hours, and I guess we'll just wait and see. All right, it's about 35 degrees and about 11 o'clock. Let's go see what that California nebula looks like. Well, we have 0 results after about 2 hours, and I think it's because it's really windy up here. The wind is probably blowing the telescope ever so slightly so that it can't get a clear image, and it's causing blurring. And so it discarded all the images that it took. All right, so we got the first few images coming through. Can't really see anything. You can see a slight blurring, like a slurring to the stars, meaning that the wind is still affecting it just a little bit. But if you look on the left side here, you can see a little bit of it. And there's the other side of it. So it's obviously there, and I think with a very long exposure, we could get a very good image of this. But I say we have a little bit of fun and just look at the moon real quick. So we're gonna get a lot better idea of what this wind is doing to these nebula. Yeah, you can see how it's shaking like that. And imagine taking images of something millions of light years away. Those tiny little movements are what's creating the blurring in the stars. But on that note, I think I'm gonna pack up the telescope for tonight because I think everything, even the valley below, is windy. So it's gonna be no good. Plan for tomorrow is to get up pretty early and get out to that desert as soon as I can so we can do some solar shots. All right, guys, I'm gonna set up my bed. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, hey, it's you. I want to tell you something that I think might blow your mind. Whew, look at that sunset. Man, look at those colors. Hey, real quick, if you've always wanted to learn about how black holes form, or galaxies, time dilation, gravity, all of Einstein's cool stuff, a team of scientists and I have been building a video game for the past 6 months, and I highly suggest you check it out. It's going to teach you all these cool things that don't really make sense, but we're trying to make it make sense, if that makes any sense. Anyways, check it out. Woo! Where are we? Okay, we're back. Look up there. See that? It's Jupiter. Jupiter's probably not as far away as you think it is, and let me prove it. We're gonna start by zooming out from the Earth, looking out into the galaxy, and here's a map of all the constellations and stars in our night sky. But this is not gonna give us the perspective we need, so let's zoom out a little bit more. All right, here we are. We're zooming in, we're zooming in, we're zooming in to the Milky Way. What do we find? If you can see these spiky looking things, this is everything, and I mean everything that we see in the night sky. Pretty crazy, right? It's not as far out as you probably would have thought you could see from Earth. Yeah, I don't know, I wanted to show you that. Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, that was a bender. And thank you to the wind gods for sparing my life.
Look at this place, man. So originally I wanted to hit the white sand dunes, but it's gonna be overcast all day. I found another spot and I think it's a volcano. Our only goal now is to get 1, maybe 2 really good shots of Nebula. And if we can do that, I'll call this trip super successful. I'm coming for that Nebulass! Now we hit go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Zoom in a little bit. Ooh, wow, look at those sunspots. Really strong magnetic fields there. Really, really strong. Yes! We're alive! Yow! Okay, we're inside a volcano. Look down there. And unfortunately, this park closes at 4:30 and it's 4 right now. So I need to find another mountain. Sun sets in about 45 minutes. Bye-bye, volcano. Yes, we got the telescope on, we got the stars out. No clouds. It's gonna be a good night, baby, yeah. And the best part is you get to discover this stuff with me. I'm using the telescope to look at the sky and see what I find and then apply what I know to that to make sense of it. Like a modern day pilgrim. Should I try calling for Bigfoot? I mean, we are in a dinosaur region. The pillowing would probably suggest that there's a pretty big magnetic force being acted upon that area. But I think this is evidence enough to suggest that gravity obviously is not the only thing acting upon it, and there's other forces of nature that are doing work to it. So that's pretty cool. I say we have a little bit more fun and let's look at another nebula. Wow, look at that. So quick. You can already see it. The head of the horse. So this area that I'm in is really, really good for stargazing, but it comes at a huge sacrifice, and it's that I can't camp because this is state land and everything around this is owned by ranchers. And like, when I say everything, I mean for like probably over 100 miles. Look at that. It's amazing. How does it do that? I don't know. Just after like 4 minutes too. Wow, look at this final image. I mean, look. It's a nice looking head. We got some nice wispy edges. And there's a thick band in the middle, which I think is that straw I was talking about, the magnetic field. And the ionized gas is attracted to it, so it goes and gets sucked in. Oh, thank you, Border One Skies. I love you. Oh, hey, it's you. Well, I guess this is the part where we say goodbye. If there's anything I've learned while being out here, it's that the universe is speaking to us in a code. And it's a code that's perfectly legible if we just apply what humans have spent their entire existence trying to understand to it. This was really fun for me because I feel like for the first time in my life, I felt like a scientist who was burning to just know more about what's around them. Even now, millions of questions still linger in my mind. But I think I can speak for all of us when I say that there's just so much more we still need to know. And on that note, I bid you farewell and to keep
looking up.